Hey guys, how are you? Movie recap. Nelson here again with new recap. It Happened One Night starts with a rich beneficiary named Ellie Andrews sequestered by her dad on his yacht, objecting to her union with a popular pilot named Lord Wesley. After a contention, she gets away from the yacht and swims away. She purchases a transport pass to go back to New York to her significant other, where she meets a jobless journalist named Peter Warren. At last he figures out her actual character from a paper article about her break. He offers to assist her with getting to her objective in return for selective privileges to her story, and gets her collaboration by taking steps to hand her over to her dad on the off chance that she disagrees. Andrews and Warren share lodgings on their outing, professing to be a couple to hold back from stirring doubt. Since she is a hitched lady, they set up a sweeping as a boundary, with Warren alluding to it as the walls of Jericho. One of the other transport travelers perceives Andrews from an article offering a $10,000 prize for her return. While the transport is abandoned in mud, the traveler offers to part the cash with Warren, assuming that he assists him with turning in Andrews. Warren drives the traveler off by suggesting that he's an expert crook searching for $1 million in deliver cash, and afterward takes steps to shoot him when he becomes terrified. Warren and Andrews then pass on the transport to catch a ride on the off chance that the other traveler chooses to hand them over to the police. After they go through the late evening snoozing roughage, Andrews gets a driver to come by blazing one of her legs, who ends up being a looter who drives off with their assets. In the wake of pursuing him, Warren mysteriously gets back with a horrendous sanctuary and the Monitor's vehicle. Meanwhile, the dad hesitantly consents to permit the union with the pilot, assuming his girl returns. While going through one more night in a covered divided lodging, Andrews gives herself wholeheartedly to Warren and recommends that the two of them be together. Warren apparently dismisses her, and after she nods off he drives back to New York around midnight. He sells his anecdote about his affection and possible union with Andrews to his old supervisor for $1,000, so as not to propose to her while broke. In the interim, the dubious administrator of the inn throws out Andrews when she figures out that Warren has left. Believing that Warren loathes her, Andrews telephones her dad to hand herself over. Her dad gets her with a police escort while Warren is returning with perfect timing to see them drive by. Irate with her, Warren contacts the dad about remuneration cash. He consents to go to their home while a genuine wedding service for Andrews and the pilot is to happen. He just comes to gather $39.60 for his costs and not the full $10,000, and owns up to the dad that he adores his little girl. The dad begins to like Warren and during the function figures out how to persuade his girl that Warren truly adores her and that she ought to leave the pilot. Andrews takes off during the function. Her dad takes care of the pilot to repeal the wedding, and she at last weds the columnist. The film closes in a lodging with the walls of Jericho descending. I hope you liked this video. If you liked, please subscribe and leave a comment.